Warriors, welcome back to Live Free Legal, where faith meets fierce advocacy. I'm Tiffany Lesnik, your Christian attorney and legal coach. If you are a woman navigating divorce or custody battles with an abusive ex, this is for you. Today we're diving into a topic I wish more women knew before they hired their lawyer: the red flags and green lights that reveal whether your attorney truly understands the dynamics of abuse or is treating your case like a normal divorce. Get ready to feel empowered. Get ready to make confident choices. If you are a member of our EmpowerHer membership or one of our Live Free coaching groups, you will have access to a free checklist that you can use at your next attorney consult at the end of this video. If you want access to even more free checklists, guides, and other legal templates, visit us at www.livefreelegal.com and consider joining our EmpowerHer membership for just $35 a year, or one of our Live Free Legal coaching groups for just $35 a week. We are currently adding people to our wait list for our fall 2025 Live Free Legal coaching groups. So join that wait list now. Here's the truth most courts don't say out loud. Domestic violence doesn't end when you leave. Abusers often weaponize the legal system to continue their control. That's why you need a lawyer who's not just legally sharp, but abuse sensitive and trauma informed. Too many women are re-traumatized, not just by their ex, but by the very professionals who were supposed to protect them. Let's change that. So, 5 red flags that your lawyer might not get it. Let's start with the red flags, warning signs that your attorney might not understand or believe your experience. Number 1, they treat your abuse like just bad communication or high conflict. It takes 2 to tango. So if you're hearing your attorney say things like every couple fights, it's a dismissal. It's not a defense. They clearly do not understand that domestic abuse is not bilateral. It is a unilateral problem. And what I mean by that is the abuse that you're suffering is a result of your abuser's behavior, not because of something that you are doing. It doesn't matter what you do. They will continue to be abusive. You could be the most perfect person in the world. They will constantly change the dynamics on you because it is about power and control. And they love the control and the power that they can exert over you. So they are going to do whatever they need to do to ensure that you are under their control and you are miserable. This is not a couples or a marriage issue. Number 2, they pressure you to settle or mediate with your abuser. Mediation can sometimes be dangerous when power is unequal, especially if your attorney is pushing you and really pressuring you to do something that you feel is really dangerous for your children. Or maybe they're really pushing you to forfeit significant financial interest just in the name of getting things over with or not having to pay future attorney's fees. Now, I'm not saying mediation is always wrong. Mediation can actually be very helpful. And mediation doesn't usually feel good, right? When you go to mediation, you're not like, hey, let me compromise, let me give up some things that I was really hoping for, and usually doesn't feel good. But mediation can be very helpful in getting you out of a court system that many times is broken, and many times will get you away from potentially a very inexperienced judge, or perhaps a judge who has a lot of biases, or maybe doesn't have a lot of experience with domestic violence. I'm not trying to say in all cases mediation is bad, or that in mediation you're always going to come out completely unequal playing fields or a completely unequal outcome. But if you feel overwhelmingly pressured to settle or mediate with an outcome that you are not comfortable with, that may be a red flag to you. You might want to bounce some ideas off family, friends, advocate, coach, therapists, clergy, something of that nature. Number 3, they don't ask about safety planning. They don't talk to you about safety planning or the abuse. If safety isn't on their mind, then you are not on their heart. Number 4, they avoid talking about patterns of control. Abuse is about power and control, not bruises. So if they don't ask, they don't get it. In fact, if they try to avoid coercive control, we're not going to talk about abuse. The court doesn't care about that. That's not a factor here. They're dismissing you, right? You have a right to tell your story. And if they're not willing to listen to you, then that does not make for a good attorney-client relationship. Number 5, they make you feel dismissed or dramatic. So if you leave a meeting doubting your own voice, that's a problem. Again, you have a very intimate, close relationship with your attorney, and it's important. You should feel heard. You should feel valued by that process. So 5 green lights that you found a good one. Now for the good news. Here's how to know when you found a lawyer who's in your corner, spiritually, emotionally, and legally. 1, they validate your experience without minimizing. They say things like, "Thank you for sharing that." They don't minimize you, but they reflect, they listen. Which brings me to number 2. They ask about the whole story, not just the legal facts. They care about you. They care about your story. They care about the pattern of behavior. They care about getting to the bottom of everything that has gone on so they can paint a complete picture to the court. It's not just about the paperwork to them. Number 3, they understand coercive control and post-separation abuse. They know that abuse doesn't stop at the courthouse door, that it continues on. They understand that he is going to continue to find loopholes, that he's going to find ways to continue to harass you through your children, that he's going to continue to send you a barrage of text messages and emails, that he is going to bombard you with letters from his attorney. He's going to continue to file motions, threaten you with child protective services, not pay his child support or alimony on time, or a whole host of other things. And a really good trauma-informed domestic abuse attorney can foresee what's coming ahead before it even happens and can help you plan for those things. Number 4, they plan your case with your emotional safety in mind. So they ask you questions like, what are your goals? What are your boundaries? What would feel empowering to you, even if you're not able to meet your absolute objectives and your goals? The attorney knows, I don't think that judge is going to order that. I don't think we're going to be able to achieve that outcome in court. As an alternative, what would feel empowering to you? What is important to you through this process, even if we can't get exactly what we want? They care about you. Number 5, you feel peace in your spirit after speaking with them. I think that is so important. God is not the author of confusion. If it feels like you have clarity and you have peace with the attorney that you're with, then you are likely on the right path versus a bunch of chaos and confusion, which is what you are experiencing in your abusive relationship, right? You don't want to end up in an abusive relationship with your attorney as well. You deserve better than that. You are more valuable than that. So what to do if you're already in a bad match? What if you and your attorney just are not clicking? They don't get it. They're one of those red flag attorneys. Start documenting your concern. Maybe it was something they said. Maybe it was something they did. Maybe it's they're pushing you. Write those concerns down so that you'll remember them later on. Ask for a meeting to clarify strategy with your attorney and see if things improve. If they're not responding to your emails, they're not returning your phone calls, address that as a concern. Give them a second chance or an opportunity to improve. Certainly, you can always pray. Pray for wisdom. Surround yourself with believers and other people who you can bounce ideas off of and ask for discernment. And then ask yourself, would I feel safer with someone else? You can always switch attorneys. You can course correct at any time, and you don't have to apologize for protecting your peace. As the client, you have the power to fire your attorney if that relationship is not going well. I would warn you to be really careful about firing your attorney the night before a trial or the morning before a trial, because you will likely have to represent yourself, and you may be ill-equipped and unprepared to do that, which could potentially lead to a worser outcome for you in court. Maybe not, but it could. If you're going to discharge that attorney and you're feeling it in your heart, it's not a good fit. It's probably better to do that sooner than later, so that you can get someone else in place so that you'll be prepared when that time comes for a hearing. Sister, you deserve an attorney who sees your truth, not just your timeline. Don't settle. Your voice matters. Your story matters, and your freedom matters. Want my free red flag and green light checklist to bring to consultations with you? Head to www.livefreelegal.com or click on the link in the description. Don't forget to subscribe and share this with another woman who needs this wisdom. If you join our EmpowerHer membership for just $35 a year, you get access to many of my free guides, templates, and legal resources. I want to leave you with this today. The Lord is a refuge for the oppressed, a stronghold in times of trouble. Psalm 9:9. Until next time, stay strong, stay safe, and stay spiritually fierce. And remember to join us next week on Tuesday at 7 p.m. for our next video. Thank you and God bless.